Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makakwadash. Double lines to the elders of GMS who rule well. Peace, salutation, like Akim in the four corners, percent truth, sincerity. Peace be unto you, and Shalom.
Okay, this a lesson about being focused and the value of being focused. Uh Eventually get to Matthew 6:22, but I want to start here in Proverbs 5. Salakia 4:25. Let thine eyes look Salakia. Proverbs 4:25. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Reading on, ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Verse 27, turn not to the right hand nor to the left, remove thy foot from evil. So, we're going to read over that again, but that's for those who have a spiritual eye can just digest what you're getting from it before I add my perspective and spin on it. So reading from the top, it says, "Let thine eyes look right on." When your eyes are looking at something, you're not wandering. You have some people, and I'm guilty of it too. While I'm talking people, I'm included in those people. You know, sometimes you get distracted. Your eye, they're wandering. You know, it's you can tell when somebody's distracted by how often their eyes, you know, are you know, moving. You know, you can look and you can look at somebody's eyes and tell, their blink rate. Are they blinking a lot? Are they looking down on their phone every, 5 seconds or every 3 minutes or glancing at their phone, or, looking at their watch or looking over their shoulder because they heard some small commotion that could have easily been ignored. They're just their mind isn't in one place versus that person who's listening and they're laser focused, their eyes are sharp, and they don't even they couldn't tell you anything that's going on around them because they that focused on what's going on before them in front of their eyes. And that's what type of level of focus you want to have in this thing. You want to be so focused where you can tune other stuff out, where it's almost like the other stuff doesn't even exist. Reading on, let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Yeah, they were looking straight. They're not wandering to the left, to the right, over here, over there. You see, let's say sometimes you at camp, you see a girl with a fat ass walk by, and all of a sudden, your eyes go towards her, and they going this way, that way, up, down, north, south. All it takes is a second of distraction for you to lose your train of thought. And once you lose your train of thought, studies say it can take up to 18 to 20 minutes to get your train of thought back. So think about that. A split second of being distracted, you forgot your whole train of thought. And now to regain it it might take 18 to 20 minutes, which also goes on a small point. Be mindful of other people's times when you ask them for stuff or distract them or disturb their silence or peace or meditation, because you could distract them from a matter that's not even important, just something really irrelevant and stupid. And now all of a sudden, you distract them from this point, from this whatever they were studying or contemplating or meditating about, and now to get their train of thought back to what they were focused on, it might take them a minute. So be mindful of that. Not everybody has the ability to maintain their train of thought once they have been distracted. Okay, reading on verse 26, Proverbs 4 and 26. Ponder the path of thy feet. Also, the scripture talks about um, counting the cost. You got to think ahead. When you ponder the path of thy feet, as it says in Proverbs, you thinking about the steps that you're making. You're using foresight. You're not just willy nilly just doing anything and everything. You are pondering the path. Like, okay, where is this path going to lead me to? Do I have, enough to go about my journey and everything like that? Reading on 26, Proverbs 4 and 26. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove not remove thy foot from evil. So don't be distracted. Don't you got your path, right? Don't make a little pit stop here, a little pit stop there. You on a mission. That's what it means to turn to your left or turn to your right. Because the straightest, what how do they say this? The quickest path to a point is like a straight line. You know, uh, I know I'm butchering that. It's not a scripture, but it's like a phrase. It's like the like kind of like the fastest uh route to 2 points is a straight line. So let's say you're going to from uh Las Vegas to Boston. Now, you want to go straight as much as you can. Let's say you're traveling on a plane and there's no layovers. Las Vegas to Boston. You're going a straight shot. You're not going to go straight and then, veer off to the left and then, do a slight right. And that's veering off. Don't turn to your left, turn to the right. You on a mission. You got a purpose. You know where you're going to go. You ponder the way your path. You know where Boston is at from Las Vegas. You know where the landing uh strip is at. You already thought about it in advance. Reading on. Turn not to the right hand nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. Remove your foot from evil, meaning what? Don't allow, because you're gonna have multiple distractions. When you're focused, Satan comes out and he does his best to try to get your attention. And it could be through women thirst trapping. All of a sudden, you know, you done gave up on women. You said, forget women. All of a sudden, women coming out the blue, out the woodwork. You just the finest thing in the world all of a sudden. It's a Sabbath day. You getting spiritual and everything. All of a sudden, soon as the Sabbath coming, the girl who you've been trying to hit up, all of a sudden, hey, come over. And now if you do, you veering to that left, you veering to that right. What says remove that foot from evil. Don't entertain that evil. You got a path to go to follow. The scripture says, and I'll let me stop paraphrasing. I'll get that. I'm about to get to what's that? Matthew 6:22 real quick. Matthew 6 and 22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? So, verse 22 from the top says, the light of thy body, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. So if your eye be single, it's not talking about some cyclops, you just got one eyeball. It says if meaning if your eye be single, meaning your focus, your whole body shall be full of light, and it'll emit, and people be able to realize, man, this man is on a path, he's on a mission. This guy is, not to be played with. That's the attitude that you're gonna the aura that you're gonna give off. You're gonna be vibrating real high, and people gonna be like, oh man, this person is on a mission. That's why, as a Hebrew Israelite, you shouldn't be in trying to make rap videos. Who's gonna really respect you when they know, you a preacher on a Saturday, or a rapper on Sunday, uh, you know, you just doing all this other worldly stuff, clubbing on Thursday night, you know, popping bottles with all the local celebrities and politicians and stuff like that, rubbing elbows with everybody. Your eye's not single. Nobody's, you know, one of those IHBK members said, if you're not smoking weed in IHBK, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Who's gonna really respect that? Yeah, you might get more people to be in your congregation, the people who are, in the world, but Gideon's army was a small army. Mosai doesn't deal with a large number. Mosai deals with a small number. Now, if you if you stay focused, like I said, how Satan comes and distracts you, tries to distract you, you'll learn techniques of how to block out Satan. When you are a basketball player, you shooting a free throw, you're taught mental techniques of how to get the whole crowd out of your head. When you're at an away game and you're shooting a free throw, take deep breaths, you inhale, you focus on that rim. You don't focus on the crowd and whatever they're chanting or whatever people in front of you was waving signs and stuff like that. That's how you get distracted. That's how you get nervous. That's, your nerves, you know, have your nerves like have a mind of your own. So you can, you know, a person's energy that they're emitting can actually have effect on your nerves. A person yells at you, in a stadium of screaming fans, that can get your nerves. You get if somebody yell in your ear right now, real loud, your body will physically have a reaction. You know, you'll physically have a reaction. Your nerves jump like what the hell. So what you're trying to do is not just control your emotions, you're trying to control your nerves as well. If like let's say you try to shoot a free throw and somebody yells right at the moment you about to shoot, rah. You ever seen a golf? When you golf, you gotta be quiet because a person hits a bullhorn while that can distract them. That split second can distract them because it doesn't mean that they in that split second they register in their mind. It's the nerves. Your body. When you hear certain horns and noises, your body wants to respond to that. If, like you hear a sound of a trumpet, you already know what's that's not something that is normally good. Your our there's a that's probably another lesson I should do about music and how spiritual and demonic it can both be. And matter of fact, that probably will be my next lesson. But I'm going to end this video off here. And on that note, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makakwadash. Double honors to elders of GMS rule well. Peace and salutations, and shalom.